Welcome back to Under the Palms. We're chatting to Darlene herself, Ginny Holder, to discuss all things Season 12, Episode 3. In the episode, Neville and his team must investigate a murder that took place on an empty boat, while Neville's friend Andy ominously arrives in San Marie. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
It is just so great this year. It's been such a great series. I've been absolutely loving it. How does it feel to be a permanent member of the cast?
I am. I think it's such an honour to be a permanent member of this cast, actually, because, Death in Paradise is kind of quite an awesome show, like a phenomenal show. And to be in Guadeloupe for 6 months of the year is kind of, it's good. It's fun. I'm spoiled rotten.
And how did you react when the producers asked you to come back onto the show? Did you have to think about it? Was it like, yes?
Do you know, that was so crazy because it was during lockdown. And, okay, although I was working and doing lots of voiceovers and things like that, I'd never thought that my character would go back into Death in Paradise. Anyway, so there I was twiddling my thumbs during lockdown, and I get a call. My agent rang me and said, that Death in Paradise would like to speak to you just about possibly coming back. That was after 4 years. I was thinking, really? I mean, as what? What would I do? But they brought her back, and she's part of the team, and it's amazing how they actually managed to weave it in. It's amazing.
I think it's like her personality really shines with the help of Marlon as well.
Yes.
Because and like it's like you guys really are such a team. You're such a comedy duo on it. And I mean, what do you think of that friendship on there? And how do you and Taj get on in real life?
Do you know, that friendship is amazing. So let's talk about the characters. The character first of all. Initially it was quite difficult for Taj to have me join as the police in the police station because, she took the exam and she did really well. She actually did better than Marlon's character. And so Marlon was like, he was thinking, what's going on here? So there was a bit of, he wanted to keep the upper hand a bit, I suppose. And you see that in the moped where they have that scene where she says, please, just relax. Let's just work as a team, But now they're stepping into their groove and they work really well together.
Would you be up for Johnny John Jules coming back and rekindling that relationship? Do you think Darlene would let him into her heart again?
Do you know what? I think she would, because he was such a cheeky character. He was always she would be tempted. Because they had quite a close bond. They had a good bond. They had a nice relationship.
And as well, this episode sees Darlene really rugby tackle. I think it's Barney Walsh. Why do they always run? One of these things. But you're right in that. I mean, did you? Presumably you did that yourself. But it's kind of, it's a bit stunty. It's a bit stunts going on there.
Let you into a secret.
Go on.
I love doing stunts, and I would love Darlene to do loads of little stunts, but that's what I would love for Darlene, because I love it. Absolutely. I mean, I do have quite a few. Darlene has quite a few stunts in the series. Yeah, there's another one or two maybe coming up. I love doing stunts.
Every time you see him, it's like, yes.
I go action all the way, babe. I love action stuff. Anything to do with action, I love.
And as I said, obviously, like it's got such a huge fan base, and everyone's loving Darlene. Everyone's delighted that Darlene's back. Do you follow any of that on social media? Do you enjoy seeing people loving the show?
Do you know, I never used to be a social media person. I'm not very good with technology, but now I really am following, the Instagram and Twitter, and it's lovely to hear and just to hear how much people appreciate your work and what you're doing and the character and the show, because the show's just, I didn't realize how huge it was. I mean, this show is shown all over the world, and we have fans coming to Guadeloupe. in like coach loads. It's quite extraordinary. I love it. We go back in April and I'm counting those days. And it's that crazy thing. A lot happens when you're away, though. I mean, whilst we were away, you know, I think we had 2 prime ministers by that time. By the time I came back, we were on the second. And then, you know, the Queen passing away. And, a lot happens whilst you're away.
Did you do anything for when the Queen passed away whilst you were all there filming? That must have been odd.
It was odd not to be in England, because I would have loved to have just experienced what, you know, England mourning was like, what was going on in London at the time.
Were you sort of filming at the time? You just sort of had a moment?
We were filming. And I remember we were filming at Catherine's Bar. And I was just sat in our kind of green room area, and all the, you know, the monitors they had the director, the producers in front of the monitors, and we were sat behind with our fans because it's so hot. And I remember my son sent me a text message, and he said, "Mummy, the Queen has passed away." And I said to everybody, "Oh my gosh, the Queen has passed away." And they said, No. Don't be silly, Ginny. No, of course she hasn't. And at that time, I think my son had mostly got the information quite early. So no one believed me that she had passed, because it wasn't even on Twitter at the time.
It wasn't on BBC or anything, no.
No, it wasn't on any social media. So when they found out, we had a bit of a 1 minute silence, and just to take it in, because it was a shock. I think it was a shock. Mark the moment, mark the time, yeah.
Mark the moment, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wow. Thank you so much for joining us for our latest chat on Under the Palms. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and head over to hellomagazine.com for more news about Death in Paradise. See you soon.